Hello everyone, my name is Manny Verduzco. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate basic foundation techniques for stances, punches, and for kicks. The first I want to demonstrate for stances is the horse stance. To perform the horse stance, you basically want to imagine you're sitting on a chair. So you should keep your feet shoulder width apart, slightly bend your knees forward, back straight, and tucking your elbows in, and it should look like this. So knees supposed to be bent, slightly bended, feet at shoulder width, and arms tucked in while keeping them back straight. Do it from the side. Feet shoulder width, slightly bend your knees, tucking your arms back straight, and it should look like this. And this is your horse stance. Moving on to the fighting stance. Depending if you're a righty, you want to keep your arm back. So for the fighting stance, your shoulders should be pointing where your opponent is. So again, your feet, your legs should be at shoulder width apart, but not too wide. Slightly bend your knees, arms up, and the fist should be clenched at underneath where your chin is. So it should look like this. Keeping knees slightly bent, arms raised up underneath the chin. Do it from a different view. Should look like this. Okay, now moving on to punches. The first one I'm going to do is reverse punch, and the ways to perform this skill is by first doing the horse stance. So as I demonstrated before, horse stance, knees slightly bent, arms tucked in, back straight, and reverse punch. 1, 2, 3. And again, you could do this for both hands, so it should go 1, 2, 3. So you want to keep in note that I'm turning my fist forward and back here. That's what gives us the name for a reverse punch. Okay. Second is the jab. So we're going to be in our fighting stance, arms raised up in our position. And instead of punching with my right, since I'm dominant hand, you want to do with your lefty. So it should look like this, a jab. And you really want to lean in forward to that punch. So it should look like this. Let me do it from a different side. Jab, slightly leaning forward. Okay. Oh, again, I'm sorry for the reverse. This is how it looks from the side. So keep going to your horse stance and punch it like that. So now moving on to cross. The cross may be confused with the hook at some point, but the way I demonstrate cross, or the way I was taught, is by going to your fighting stance. And now this may look like I'm throwing a jab, but instead of doing with the left hand, with my dominant hand, I'm going to do a cross. That's a cross right there. 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm going to do it from the side now. Fighting stance. And 1, 2, 3. All right. And when you're throwing, make sure you control your punches. Don't throw it too hard. You want to keep it controlled. Your fist 90 clench and slowly bring it back. Okay, now for the hook. The hook will look a bit like this, and you're gonna throw it with your dominant hand. So first, fighting stance and hook. Now I'm gonna do it from the side. So it'll look like this. 2, 3. As you see, when I throw the hook, you want to make sure you're aiming at the chin level or at the cheek in the way you visualize it. For me, I always said that you always want to throw the punch nearly where the chin is, so the hook could be properly performed. All right, the last punch is going to be called the uppercut. So again, in our fighting stance, and with your dominant hand, you want to bring the arm high up underneath the chin. Okay, let's do it from the side. 1, 2, 3. Again. So want to make sure when you throw the uppercut, you want to make sure you're pretending that you're aiming the chin. And a slight note, when I'm making a turn, my leg slightly turns forward to where my opponent is. All right, last but not least is the kicks. The first I want to demonstrate is the front kick. So again, it goes to our fighting stance. And again, your shoulder must be pointing at your target is. And the front kick should be done like this. And withdraw back. 2, 3. Now let's do it from the side. And again, do with your dominant leg. It may be a little bit different for left leg for people who are non-dominant, but for dominant people, you won't do it for the one that you feel more comfortable with. So now front kick again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't see that part. All right. Now moving on, now we're doing the roadhouse. I'm not very good at throwing the roadhouse, but again, it's the same thing. You want to keep yourself in a fighting position, and you want to bring your leg round to the front, basically like this. Okay, now from the side, I'm going to be a little bit off camera so you may see, but it's going to go like, okay. Now the last one, no, sorry, not the last one. The next one is going to be the back kick. So for right now, I'm going to show you from, I want to show you from this angle first, just to see how I'm looking back. Performing the back leg, you want to do it like this. You want to keep your leg forward and kick while looking back. Okay, now I'm going to do it from this side. You've seen the front view, now this is the side view. All right, back kick. Okay, last but not least is the side kick. Basically it's the same thing. This might be a little bit tricky, but this time your non-dominant side is pointing where your target while kicking with your dominant leg. So it should look like this. 1, 2, 3. Now I'll do it from the side. 1, 2, 3. So that's how you perform the side kick. And that is this is all for the video today. I hope you learned something from this, and this is basic foundation techniques for cardio kickboxing. Thank you.